Have you ever prayed for a situation to change when maybe what you really needed was to see it differently? Do you ever find yourself feeling discouraged about the appearance of your house, or the amount of dishes in the sink, or the enormous pile of laundry? I know I sure do sometimes. Our home is far from perfect. Our yard, everything, far from perfect. I get it. But what if that frustration is actually a test of stewardship? I can certainly attest to the fact that homemaking has really challenged my perfectionism. I've had to learn what battles to pick and what to embrace, and it's been a really strong transition from trying to keep everything perfect at all times to picking my battles and celebrating small victories as they come. Homemaking is a sacred assignment. God isn't just watching how we handle the big things. He's watching how we handle the everyday things. Luke 16:10 tells us, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." I want to encourage you to see your home, your current season of life, and your responsibilities as a way to show faithfulness. I know for me personally, I had seasons where I really struggled with living tiny and everything looking very imperfect, and it felt cluttered and like everything was bursting at the seams. And I had moments where I felt like just giving up and thinking, what's the point? It's gonna look trashed in a matter of minutes. And that's when it really struck me. The Ruach HaKodesh was saying to me, you need to be faithful with what you have. And you have to be a good steward of what I have already given you. You can't expect me to give you more if you're not going to be grateful for what you have now. And that moment of tough love from the Holy Spirit was exactly what I needed. It was that loving push to realize that there was beauty all around me. And our minds can hunt for things that are ugly and need to be changed, or they can hunt for beauty, and the choice is entirely ours. And that's when it hit me. My situation is not going to get better just from me praying about it. Either I have to learn to embrace what I have, and suddenly where I am is going to become a beautiful place in my mind, which is a win, or I will learn to steward what I have well, and perhaps be given with more after I've proved myself faithful with what I have now. Either way, taking good care of what I had and choosing to see the beauty was really the only option left. And I gotta tell you, it has changed everything. So as your sister and Messiah, I want to encourage you to pray for perspective. Instead of praying, Lord, change this, please, try, Father Elohim, help me care for this better. This battles resentment, renews energy, fosters gratitude, and creates unexpected blessings. Instead of complaining about the dishes, thank God that you have food to prepare for your family. Instead of griping about the laundry, let's be grateful that we have clothes to wash and to fold. Instead of complaining about the clutter, let us be grateful that we have possessions that help us pass the time. There's truly so much around us to be grateful for. Like me scrubbing these tiles. I could gripe about the fact that it's easily very messy because we live out in the country. But I'm grateful that we have our yard and we have our animals and that it's so peaceful out here. So scrubbing the grout is worth the dirt. And I remember when we had an outdoor bathroom and it's such a blessing to have an inside bathroom that's painted my favorite color, and this is tile I've wanted for years. And who doesn't love that beautiful rainbow cling? What we hunt for is what our minds will follow. It's what they will hunt for. So when we tell ourselves, oh, this is miserable, this is awful, our brain is going to find ways to make that true. But when we tell ourselves, I am so blessed. I'm grateful for this work that I do and that it is holy and it is a ministry to my family. Our mind will hunt for ways that is true. We get to choose the thoughts that we gather, the thoughts that we are actively looking for. We get to choose, do I want to look for the things that are beautiful and good, or do I want to look for all the reasons that it's not enough? I want to call all homemakers to practice stewardship in their homes. Focus on one area, the kitchen, the bathrooms, your morning routine, how you greet your husband, anything. Find an area in your life that you know could use some improvement. And let us commit to excellence. Not perfection, Lord of mercy, not perfection, but intentional effort. Folding the laundry neatly, wiping down the counters with care, setting the table thoughtfully, and invite God into your space. Play worship music, speak affirmations, or whisper prayers while you work. Sometimes God isn't asking us to wait for better. He's waiting for us to steward what we already have with a joyful heart. And when we do that, we become the kind of women He can trust with even more. In our culture, it's so easy to get bogged down by seemingly perfect lives that we see in front of us. Meanwhile, our homes are seemingly less than. But the thing is, a lot of us are working within our means and able to fix things up slowly but surely, especially if we're working hard to be good stewards of our money and our resources. So there is a fine balance between finding the beauty in what you have and still working towards more, but at the same time taking care of everything as if it were already exactly what you wanted. So sisters, I want to challenge each and every one of us to take full ownership of our homes instead of waiting for our circumstances to change. May we treat everything we have with loving stewardship in a way that honors and glorifies our Creator.